Audiobook Academy Biography presents Rembrandt. Rembrandt, a Dutch artist renowned for his self-portraits and biblical subjects, is regarded one of Europe's greatest painters. The Dutch Golden Age was dominated by the paintings and engravings of Rembrandt van Rijn in the 17th century. Rembrandt, one of history's most famous artists, is most known for his portraits of his contemporaries, biblical drawings, and self-portraits, as well as his groundbreaking etchings and masterful use of light and shadow. Early years. Rembrandt Harmenszoon van Rijn, a Dutch artist born in Leiden in 1606, first attended a local primary school from 1612 to 1616 before transferring to the Latin School of Leiden, where he studied the Bible and classical literature. One account suggests that Rembrandt was pulled from school early and sent to be taught as a painter at his own desire, but it is uncertain whether Rembrandt finished the Latin school education he began there. Rembrandt studied art under the tutelage of two teachers between the years of 1620 and 1624 or 1625. Jacob van Swannborough, 1571–1638, a Dutch painter, was his first teacher. Rembrandt would have acquired the fundamentals of art under the tutelage of van Swannborough. It is possible that van Swanborough's skill to portray fire and the way its light reflects on surrounding things influenced Rembrandt's later paintings. Pieter Lasman, 1583–1633, a well-known history painter in Amsterdam, was Rembrandt's second teacher and likely helped him learn the genre, which comprised arranging individuals from biblical, historical, and allegorical situations in intricate settings. 1625–1631 was the Leiden era. Rembrandt returned to Leiden in 1625 as a master in his own right, and he spent the next 6 years laying the groundwork for the body of work that would define his career. As a student of Lasman, Rembrandt was able to dismantle and reconstruct some of his former mentors' compositions, a method that would continue through his own students. Religious and allegorical subjects were prevalent in Rembrandt's paintings of this period, which were often modest but rich in detail. In Leiden, Rembrandt also began working on his first etchings, 1626, which would go on to gain him international renown if they were widely disseminated. Remarkably, Rembrandt used light and dark to create a painterly aspect in his etchings, a departure from his peers. With Rembrandt's use of light, his style quickly evolved. It was a whole different approach for him, with big parts of his paintings covered in shadows and sections of blinding light and profound blackness being created as a result. To further demonstrate his fascination in manipulating light, Rembrandt completed Judas Repentant and Returning the Pieces of Silver in 1629, as well as several other works. As another example, the painting's lighted elements are clustered together and surrounded by darker tones, drawing the viewer's attention to a broad focus point before they can move in to observe details within, as in his Peter and Paul Disputing, 1628. Rembrandt began taking on students in 1628, and his popularity drew a slew of aspiring artists eager to study under him. It's impossible to know exactly how many students he had because the official records of trainees have been destroyed, but it's estimated that he had 50 or so students during the course of his career. The early years of the Dutch Republic, 1631–1636. Hendrik Untitled, an entrepreneur in Amsterdam, had a workshop that produced portraits and restored paintings, among other things, in 1631 when Rembrandt began working with him. At this point, Rembrandt either commuted from Leiden to Amsterdam or relocated to Amsterdam from this location. Using his high-contrast approach of light and dark, he started painting dramatic, large-scale biblical and mythical subjects, such as the blinding of Samson, 1636, and Dana, 1636. The religious affiliation of Rembrandt is uncertain despite his preference for biblical motifs. With the support of a number of helpers in Swannborough's store, he painted numerous commission portraits in Amsterdam. The portrait artists in Amsterdam at the time produced considerably more vibrant work than Rembrandt did, and he won numerous commissions despite his doubtful ability to portray the resemblance of his subject in his paintings. Constantijn Huygens, a Dutch ambassador, criticized a painting Rembrandt had done of one of his acquaintances for its lack of verisimilitude, while Rembrandt's self-portraits included obvious physiognomic changes between each image. 1643–1658, the Third Amsterdam period. It was during this period that Rembrandt's artistic production dramatically decreased and he produced no painted portraits, either no portrait commissions or he ceased accepting such assignments. The Rembrandt myth, which holds that the artist was mostly misunderstood and disregarded following the Night Watch, has been bolstered by speculation about what happened next. The death of Rembrandt's wife and the alleged rejection of the Night Watch by those who commissioned it are frequently cited as reasons for the artist's demise. Modern study, on the other hand, has discovered no indication that the painting was rejected or that Rembrandt was devastated by the loss of his wife. His contemporary critics, however, frequently attacked him, and there is no evidence of him being ignored, despite this. Some believe that Rembrandt's crisis may have sprung from the fact that he had reached the practical limits of his methods as an artist. He may have been striving for a new direction in the few paintings he produced between 1642 and 1652, the period known as his late style, which represents the transition from his early style to his late style. Thank you for listening in Audiobook Academy. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button for more content like this. See you in next video.